Hello YouTube. Today what we're going to do is find out how you would find the percentage of an amount using a calculator. This way is much more simpler than if you try to use the mental calculations you'd do for a non-calculator paper. This way it's just much faster. The first thing you do, say if you had a question like find 5% of 30. Now, to do this in a calculator, it's much easier. What you convert this percentage to, you convert it to a decimal. If it's 5%, that works out as 0.05 in the calculator. And all you do is multiply 0.05 by the amount you want, so 0.05 times 30. And if you just do that in your calculator, 0.05 times 30, that's 3 over 2, which equals 1.5. Okay, so that's basically telling you that 5% of 30 is 1.5. Now it gets a bit trickier as you go on. Say you wanted to find 37% of 65. Now, if you remember up here, 5% became 0.05. You can see that 37% would then become 0.37. And whenever you see of in maths, of is another way of saying multiply by. So 0.37 times 65, if you put it here, 0.37 times 65 equals 24.05. It's really that simple. Now when it gets a bit trickier is when, say, someone asks you, like might be an old question about the VAT when it was 17.5%. So you're looking to find out 17.5% of, say, 50 or any number. Okay? Now the tricky part is here, there's a decimal here, we haven't seen that before. Up with 37, we haven't seen the decimal before, but what you just do is you replace the decimal point over twice, so you'll end up getting 0.175. And you just do the same as before, and you multiply that by 50. And if we look at our calculator, put in 0.175, you're going to times it by 50, which should equal 8.75. So that was your answer, 8.75. Okay, that's fairly straightforward. There's one other circumstance where you might be a bit confused. It's where they might ask you for, say, over 100%. So they say they ask you for 150% of 80. Now, just like before, where I said we moved the decimal point twice, we do the exact same. So if you have 150, that's going to be 0.00. It's the same thing as 150, just move the decimal point twice, once, twice, to the left. So you then get 1.5. Now that you have your 1.5, you're going to do the exact same as we've done before and multiply that by 80. And as you see on the calculator, 1.5 times 80, that equals 120. Okay. That should give you enough information so you should be able to find the percentage using a calculator, percentage of an amount using a calculator, fairly simply. It's you just move the decimal points twice to the left and then multiply by the amount. Okay, thanks very much, hope that helps.